It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the midday show. Yes, check it out. I'm going to do a Danny.
They haven't seen the morning show yet because we had no sound. They're going to see it after our midday
Danny.
show.
I'm going to be ventriloquisting.
Oh,
Do I say hello? And there you have the morning show. That brought to you by G-Man from G-Man America.
Thank you, Josh, for letting us know.
Huh?
Josh let us know.
And Josh, thanks a lot. Thank you for getting. Now the whole world knows.
No,
So-
he just texted me.
Did he? Okay, so we got to take out the first, not 8 seconds, 10 minutes and 8 seconds.
10 minutes and 38 seconds.
And
She was
38
right on the 8 seconds. She just forgot the other 10 minutes and 30 seconds.
More. It just gets
But it's all
better
good.
and
We're going to play it at the end of our midday, so you'll be able to see it.
And Baxton, I'm sorry that you were slightly deleted, but we saw you there. You were there.
We'll get him again. Devlin, can we work on, I love this reflection on my right shoulder, please.
Yes, that looks like an angel.
That's what I'm thinking. So in essence, it's kind of cool,
It's-
but in the lighting world, it's
Move that
probably,
light, take
I think
that
it's one
light,
of these.
This one? Hold on, take that and move it this way.
It's this one, though.
Just turn it a little bit.
It's this one.
Okay, and then that one, shut it off.
Anyway, happy Friday to you. We'll go back to our morning show. Happy Friday. That wasn't it.
That wasn't that one. Now we're gonna get dark.
That wasn't
Try
it.
that one.
Friday.
That's
Not. That's Freddie's. No, he's too dark.
Okay, right there. You know, I don't care. You can glow me out. Glow me out. It's her. You know
If I
what?
move my head, then we won't see it. If I sit like this, then we're good.
Yeah, well, you just move your head.
I'll
You know
just sit
what?
like
If
this.
you put your reflection in consignment.
Thank you. Consign my
See,
wife.
Which one was it? It was that one. Oh, you know what it is? Consignment, my wife. And that's God letting you know you can't do that. See, I got the Holy Spirit behind me. I'm good to go. During the book, if you're watching.
Happy Friday. Shabbat Shalom to you, too.
What?
Shabbat Shalom.
What is that?
It's Friday.
Shalom is?
No, what is that? You want to shine my shoes? What?
Shabbat Shalom.
What is
It's Good Sabbath. Speaking of Sabbath, I got my new refrigerator yesterday, and this is totally a fact. It has a Sabbath mode on it.
Which means
I don't know.
it turns the power off.
I think it means, and I don't know. I told, because now I've got a smart refrigerator, I've got a smart washer and dryer, and I don't know what it means. But anyway, apparently it's got a Sabbath mode. But you still have to open the refrigerator. I don't think it opens by itself, but maybe it.
It opens by itself.
I don't know what it does.
It
I don't know
makes a burning
what.
bush inside.
I don't know what. I mean, I know what Sabbath mode means. Like you're not supposed to use electric, and you're not supposed to like press elevator buttons.
Oh, that's what it is.
So, but I'm wondering, with my
Set
refrigerator, automatically do what
So
though?
you say, okay, so I want you to keep the refrigerator at 30 degrees, and you don't ever have to touch a button.
So I'm not sure what it means. Does it mean like if I want water, it's just going to?
Read
I
the
don't know.
book. It comes with a book.
It doesn't come with a
All
book.
right, so read the phone.
I got to read. Anyway, I'll let you know what the Sabbath element means
If
on
you
my
know
new
what the
refrigerator.
Sabbath means, what is it? Sabbath
Sabbath
means
mode.
on
It has a
refrigerator.
Sabbath
Call
mode.
us.
You can just talk. You know what it means?
4995 Studio A.
Sabbath is Saturday. Saturday
No,
is the
what is the mode?
What's it
of
mean
the-
on my
Sabbath
refrigerator, though?
The Sabbath. Shabbat Shalom.
Hold on a
Wait,
second.
When you open your fridge or your freezer, it doesn't activate the lights or the sounds.
Oh.
Oh, there you go. So it's the broken mode.
No, it doesn't activate the lights or the sound when you open your refrigerator, so you're not using the electricity.
There it
Thank
is.
you, Sabbath mode. The temperature set point remains unchanged, but the interior and dispenser lights turn off. All sounds and alarms are disabled. The dispenser display screen backlight turns off. Look at that.
Wow, I'm gonna tell. Who put this up? This was.
Nice job, G-Man.
Wow, he is close to God.
Do you know why he? Yeah, G-Man is
Wow.
God, is man of God, right?
Now look up Puerto. I'm gonna tell you Puerto
Rican
mode.
refrigerator?
You open the fridge, it says close, don't eat.
So my refrigerator has a Sabbath mode on it. Freddie's refrigerator is an
Oh.
ice cooler with 2 layers of tin foil that you don't open. Do not open unless
not
starving because it won't
Do
stay
not
cold.
open unless you know Alakazam, the magic word.
That's the difference between your refrigerator and mine.
You don't need it, mine.
And yet we've done this for 9 years
And then
and
when
it
you open mine,
continues.
the little man pops out and says, "Go next door to eat."
He goes, Mom. Oh man, this is Friday. Fun for you.
Oh man, I must be drunk. That's because Alicia's in the house. Anytime she's in the house, funky stuff.
Is that what it is? I don't know. I walked into Studio A and I thought today I was in a whole new studio. I've never seen so many crew members on a Friday. It's really exciting.
I gotta tell you something. If you
Really
if
awesome.
We should send them all out, like the Partridge Family, on a bus to attack Boca. Every business there is,
Agreed.
right?
This one thinks you're funny. He's like your best audience.
This guy, he's funny. He understood the Suits comment, which I can't put on the air. He understood what I meant.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
That thing in your bed, shot your bed?
Shot your bed.
Shot your bed. I did
You
not
ever heard
even know
that?
what that meant. Just
Shot. It's not shot. We're changing it. Shot your bed.
to mess up your bed.
Bed?
Mess your bed.
Mess your bed, no.
You never heard that?
Why? Not bed.
His
Have
camera's
more
not on.
coffee.
Just keep walking. Anyway, we've got an interesting show lined up for you today on
If
this
it isn't
Friday
already.
afternoon.
And again, we'll be doing a lot of this.
We've got Alicia joining us today. We've got, Gato's in the house, nice and early. We've got a good friend.
Is
She
that a
is a
Gato's hiding?
personal chef
I'm gonna
joining
tell you,
us, which is pretty
Old
exciting.
school California meets Italy. Is that what we're talking about? Yes. Am I right? California meets Italy. Gato.
We should actually get into it because we're talking about refrigerators. So let's find out what kind of refrigerator Debbie has.
We're
I
gonna
wonder
find
if
out
she
what kind of stove Debbie has, because Debbie's stove is my great grandmother's stove back in the day, like your piano.
Well, I got the new refrigerator. Now the refrigerator doesn't match the stove, and I walked in. I said,
okay, you don't use the
I
stove
said, do
anyway."
you know what this means? And I looked at it. He said, you want a new stove? Yeah.
It means that if you want a stove, go and consign it.
Consign it.
Consign
But
it.
I'm into this new sleek look, so there's no handles.
Yes, get
so
it.
he says to me, I don't think, here's a perfect oven for me, though. An oven without a handle. So it looks good, but yet
No,
you do not
you
have
say
to open it.
It opens.
Maybe.
Get a Black Sabbath stove.
I wonder if it has a button. Like if you can get it with a sleek oven that doesn't have a handle, that's a perfect oven for me.
Get a Black Sabbath stove.
No black, it's just
No,
the
it's a
Sabbath.
musician, Black Sabbath.
Anyway,
You hit a button and the guy pops out playing
we're
guitar.
going to talk to Alicia.
And
And
you
there's
have a
more.
big bird in there, a big black bird that's like dead.
Do you know that Dawn did not know how to turn her stove on? She says, "Oh, there's a button. It says power." Whoop. So I said, "No, it's the dryer. Put your clothes in it."
No, what happened is it was making this noise.
Yeah, it's called turning on.
No, it's got a fan. Yes, actually it did. When you turn on the burners, it makes a noise. And I'm like, I don't understand why the burners make a noise. But there's a fan to cool off the burners also. I'd never seen that before.
And neither my mother, may she rest in peace, she never saw electric stove like we had in Boquera.
Oh, you always had gas.
Yeah, so she turns it on. She says, "Freddy, this is." I said, "Don't touch it." She says, "What is this? It's red." I said, "Trust me, it's hot." And Mom, may she rest in peace, but she learned quick though. She says, "I don't like electric. I want gas." And, we got to go back to homeland to get it because we don't got it here.
All right, ready to get some home cooking from Italy? We're going to have Alicia introduce her good friend Debbie joining us. She's Cali Girl Kitchen.
Debbie, you ready?
I'm ready.
She's ready. You're not nervous, right? A little bit? Don't worry, so
Un
am I.
pochettino.
Un
Pochettino. Do you know what that
pochettino.
means?
Yes. I'm Santori. I'm half Italian.
Do you know that? That's
Oh, you didn't know
true.
that. Oh,
You
look
too, right, Dawn? You have a little bit of
at-
Italian
She's
in
all
you.
Italian. She's the Italian in you.
The end of my name had an E, but yours has buy a vowel. I've got an E, you've got a Y, and
used
then
to
your
be an
uncle had an
I.
I,
What's an
so
I?
let's buy a vowel.
It's fine.
Now she's Dana White.
That she's too? Oh, I could totally see it.
And you speak Italian, don't you?
No parlo italiano.
No, I didn't ask you if you understood Italian. I asked if you speak it.
I just said no parlo means I don't speak.
No, I know what it means.
Eu não falo
Do you-
italiano.
Debbie, you
Eu não
speak it?
hablo
Now
italiano.
she
I
talking
don't
Spanish.
speak.
Debbie, you speak Italian?
Very little, but I understand Italian.
You understand? So if I tell you the bad words, you'll know what I'm saying.
Debbie Rossi,
Oh, yes.
personal chef, Cali Girl Kitchen, Alicia, you'd like to do
Dawn
the
is
introduction?
changing-
Thank you,
Dawn
Dawn.
is changing the subject. That's
Well,
what-
she's getting
that's
it-
what
she's
it's
on
called a
point.
Well, I'm trying to
transition.
give her a runway to introduce
I'm
Debbie
trying
in
to
a proper
reduce
way.
the nerves. She's a little nervous.
Nah, she's
Now
been
you're
hanging
making
out
me
here.
nervous.
Okay, then calm her down. Let's see. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm
that
doing it.
note.
I'm doing it, Denise. No, what's her name? I'm doing a high.
Debbie, welcome to the studio. It's a pleasure to have you join us.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Debbie is an old friend of mine and my family's on my husband's side. We became friends, and she was at my baby shower, right, Debbie?
Yes, I was.
I was part of your son's Simon's, I think.
Graduation and
Yeah.
You were part of
Yeah.
her son's what?
graduation.
I thought you said assignment.
Kind of. I was assigned to do the
She did all of the decorating, and she came in and made my entire home a Japanese village.
I was thinking she was like his homework assignment. My brain was going all kinds of crazy places. I'm like, what did you just
Did
say?
you get your mind out of the consignment? Jeez Louise.
Like what?
Wait a minute. This is interesting. She made you Chinese?
No,
I mean,
Japanese decorations.
I did the food. I did all the Japanese food, and Alicia came in and decorated my entire home and patio into a beautiful Japanese garden. It was gorgeous.
we hung
Wow.
fabric on
It was
the roof, the
beautiful.
ceiling. I'm sorry.
Where'd you
not
learn how to do that?
Yeah.
Well, I've been doing that for a while.
She's very
For a while, I
talented.
did weddings. I did bar mitzvahs. No, bat mitzvahs. I didn't do a bar mitzvah. I've done different, but the beautiful thing is that the whole inspiration for this event was her cooking and what is she going to make? And she asked her son, "What do you want me to make?" And he asked for Japanese specifically. So then she called me over and she asked me to help her out, do the design, the decoration, and everything. And ever since I've known Debbie, she's always been crazy about the kitchen and for years, even when you were with ADT, Tycho, you were cooking for your friends. You were always doing specialty dining, and she even spoke about doing specifically a show. And so let's talk about you and what you bring to the table, because for those that don't know, her name is Cali Girl Kitchen, and her name is Debbie. So I always say put a little Deb into it.
Wait
So-
a minute. Wait. You call her Cali Girl Kitchen?
That's her
Or
Instagram
is that her
handle.
it's a handle. Okay.
That's my business name, and I am a Cali girl. I was born and raised in California, and so I learned how to cook at a very young age, mostly because I had to. My mother was a terrible cook, didn't really like to cook, and if I wanted to eat, which
to
most
cook.
of us do, I had to learn. So I think my very first dish was, it was a cake my sister and I were trying to make for my mother. It was disgusting. But from there, I went on and learned how to make gravy. I think I was only 8, maybe 9.
So you were cooking at 8 years of age, making
Oh,
disgusting
yes.
cake?
on that stove.
Now,
On
is it gravy or is it like red sauce?
Oh, no, I learned how to make traditional Thanksgiving gravy.
Real gravy, okay.
Real gravy. And the wood stove,
Really? A wood stove?
I learned how to cook on a wood stove, and it is a wood stove. My grandparents built a cabin.
There's a
and-
picture of it in my email. Gee.
And it's still there. We still cook on it. I think it dates back to probably 1920,
Wow.
maybe a little older than that.
From Alicia.
And so I just started cooking, and my mother and father divorced when I was very young, and he
Because she
remarried
didn't cook?
an Italian who cooked beautifully.
Really?
The
And-
new wife.
And the
Wait,
new
wait,
wife,
wait, 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 slow down. This is a story.
Yeah,
So
this is a
they
story.
got divorced because she didn't cook and then he married somebody who cooked?
no, my mom and dad divorced. I don't know why, but you know how that goes.
Yeah.
But he remarried an Italian woman. Her mother and father immigrated from Italy. She was a fantastic cook, as
Wow.
my grandparents were fantastic cooks. And my grandmother was from Bologna. My grandfather, the Italian side, was from Puglia. And so there were always lots of aunts and uncles and cousins, and we would have Sunday dinners, and we would probably have 20 to 30 people. and there was a spread. And so from that, I loved cooking, always wanted to cook, but knew I couldn't make any money. Those were the days that you just didn't cook and make money.
Wow, how the world has changed. And you can
Beautiful
see
that
on,
is.
on, look at that tiramisu.
You made all that?
Yes.
This is a tiramisu.
Wow.
So that's one of our favorite desserts, tiramisu. And this is,
Wow.
and I do open pies. They're like a tartane, and
Wow.
it's a very easy. There's my wood
There it
stove
is.
at the cabin.
Oh my
My
gosh.
great grandmother had that. stove.
Really?
They're the best things. And many years ago, my children and I were at the cabin, and we got stuck. And that stove dried everything. Dried the
Wow.
wood, dried our clothes, because we couldn't leave. It was.
What do you cook with?
stranded.
Wood?
You cook with wood.
Wait,
So there's a door
Oh,
that
the
you
smell must
open.
be
Hence the name of wood
You
stove.
put the
Okay.
wood
Learning.
inside. You cook on top. You can bake. There's a little oven to bake. And
the amazing thing is, it's a giant steel box, right? So it would heat up. Now, my great grandmother, they had it in Puerto Rico, so you really didn't need the heat. But when it got cold in March and stuff a little bit, this thing would heat up the whole house.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great. You would dry your clothes. Anything you want to dry, that bad boy would take. Even you would dry you up.
yes, you could even put your little tush on there and get dried if you were soaking wet.
That-
Wow.
Might burn a little bit,
Or
but
timeout.
or timeout.
But the amazing thing is the way it tastes. Everything off it tastes fantastic. My mother was a great cook for that reason, because she cooked on this stuff.
What's your favorite thing to cook, Debbie?
Oh, it would depend on the season, because I try and cook everything seasonally and as fresh as possible. So if it's the fall time, I like to do squashes, stuffed squashes, and rabbit. I love rabbit.
But okay, I mean, I just want to say something, and I want you to include this because Debbie's cooking, everything has a lot of flavor because of the Italian seasoning background.
Well, it can't have, if you want to have good food, you don't have to spend a lot of money. It just has to be fresh. And it has to be, the more local, the better, because it's not traveling from 1,000 miles away.
Rabbit stew, Debbie? You make
Yes,
rabbit stew?
rabbit.
You know, I used to grow rabbit.
You
We
used to
used to
grow
take it
rabbit.
off the farm.
What?
I didn't kill it, my uncles did. And then they used to bring the meat in, and they used to make rabbit stew. And I understand people get a little grossed out about it, but fresh rabbit stew is not the rabbit you buy anywhere. What she's saying is 100% right.
Oh, it's so delicious. And rabbit is very lean, so.
Very healthy.
And it's very healthy. Unfortunately, it's a little bit more expensive here than it is in Italy. But that is one of my favorite dishes. I love ravioli. I love lasagna. I eat pasta every single day. If I don't eat it at dinner, I eat it at lunch. Fresh beans.
On that note, my sister was telling me that she only buys Italian-made pasta because the effects is different than the American-made ones. Maybe the gluten level, or
gluten.
what is it?
It's a different type of flour, and it's a different process in which they make the pasta. So when you extrude pasta, so the extruded pasta is like penne pasta. It's pushed through a machine, and if it's a bronze die, it leaves, you'll see pasta, some pasta is super smooth, very, very smooth. And then some have like a little rough edge to it. That's because it's being extruded through a bronze dyed machine, and it holds the sauce better. I prefer Italian-made pasta because it expands a little bit better. It might be a little bit more expensive, but you get more volume, and it fills you up more.
Are there certain places that you buy it, or do you make it?
I buy dried, and I make my own pasta.
When she told me, when I met her, like she told me that she makes her own pasta, I thought, you're nuts. Who makes their own pasta? But did you see how
Old school
spoiled we are, like in the modern age?
People make their own pasta.
Now, so let's fast forward to all of this that you do all of this. So what do you have cooking now? What do you want to do with all of this talent? Are you going to open a restaurant? What do you do with this?
No, I don't want to open a restaurant. Right now, I cook for a couple of families
Okay.
on a daily basis. I also teach cooking classes. So if somebody wants to learn how to make pasta or they want to learn certain techniques, I will go to their home. I will teach them, or they can come to me. And I think a lot of people don't cook because, one, they don't know how to cook, and it's too hard for people to just pick up a cookbook and start to cook if you don't know the cooking technique, if you don't know how to properly hold a knife or how to cook or cut certain vegetables. It's time consuming, and they don't know. And I don't know that there's very many people that teach that anymore. Everyone's so in a hurry. They've got busy lives and busy schedules. So
How do you cook for a couple of families every day? Is today's meal this rabbit stew and you give it to all the families, or does every family get a different meal?
no, my menus are all customized. So
Wow.
I send a list to my families, and then they choose. And from that, then I pair the side dishes because everything is seasonal. So if they want, let's say, like my one family this next week, I'm making coq au vin for them. So I will pair whatever side is freshest for right now. Like now, all the squashes are coming in, and so that's how I do it. But every family's menu is
Well,
different.
how do you get to all these families?
I guess you cook it from your house and you deliver it?
No, I go to their home and I cook
Oh
at
my
their
gosh.
home.
Every
Okay, time
day?
out, time out, time out. So you must do one family a day. You can't do 10 families on a Monday.
I do 2 families almost every day of the week,
How do you do that?
except for Friday. Friday I take off.
I can imagine you'd be exhausted.
Because then they got leftover. You should have enough leftovers for the week then,
So
for
you
Friday.
go. What do? You cook from 9 to 3, and then 3 to 9. I mean, how do you organize?
I'm pretty fast in the kitchen, so if there's something that needs to be prepped ahead of time, I'll prep it at my home and bring it. But then I cook each dish in their home. If it takes more than 3 hours to cook, then it's a menu option that I only offer once in a while.
3 hours.
Now, do you serve it, or does the family serve themselves?
They serve themselves.
Okay, now it makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, they serve
would make
themselves.
sense. I gotta
Otherwise, I
tell you-
wouldn't be able to do that.
I had a lady named Anita in the Bronx, and she was from Italy. And Anita she came to take care of the kids and clean the house. But one day she started to cook, and all of a sudden, all hell broke loose. Because then my father-in-law came, my brother-in-law came, everybody came to eat, and I had to take Anita home because all of a sudden she went from working 3 hours to working till 9 o'clock at night because she's feeding everybody. It turns into a giant party. Michelle says, "We're not having none of this." I said, "Oh, she could cook. We're having some of this." She taught me how to cook.
Yep.
Taught me how to cook. It wasn't Mom. My mom takes all the credit, but it wasn't her. So now how many families can you handle? So in a week, do you have 20 families?
2 a day.
No, currently I have two families that
Right
I
now.
cook for every day during the week,
Right now.
right
Monday
now.
through Thursday.
And so they're booked, solid. But if I have a family that comes in for a vacation or something like that, if I can squeeze them in to my free time, then I do that as well.
And do you have recipes or cookbooks, like if people wanted to follow you on Cali Girl Kitchen, how they can maybe get some great recipes or techniques?
They can follow me on Instagram, Cali Girl Kitchen, and then I have my own recipes that sometimes I post, sometimes I keep to myself. And also it's, I think if you want to be a really good cook, sometimes you have to improvise. And you may not have white wine at hand you want to use, but you have a little bit of white vermouth, or you have a little chicken stock, or
All the time.
you have to try and think about, okay, well, if I don't have this, what can I use in place
so
of?
you pair your foods also, so you could be like a giant show and give wines and drinks and stuff that goes on. What's the
Oh,
name
yeah.
of that guy that does that?
I like that idea.
Yeah,
Stanley
and I
Tucci?
love wine. I have another part of the family that's in the wine business, so I do try and
In
pair
California?
in California. So I try and pair all my dishes with wine. If they want that, I will give them suggestions. And
So I got a sample for you, Lucy. So if I had maybe 60 people in here for a concert and a dinner, we could do something spectacular.
You got to. He's laughing.
Gato, why are you laughing?
He was here yesterday. He's
Oh, he was here.
laughing.
Well, it makes sense, doesn't it? One
Yes.
dot, another dot, connect the dots, you get 3 dots.
Yes.
Or a triangle.
plus B equals C.
I think that you see, my mother was a great cook. So my father said to her, do you want to buy a restaurant? This was in Puerto Rico. And in Puerto Rico, in Humacao, there was no takeout orders. There was no such thing back in the day as, hello, I'm coming to get a sandwich. They didn't do that. So she put a phone in, and everybody would call to get the orders. It was called el teléfono. The telephone was the name of the restaurant. And you call 555-55555, and you call and you get your order. So I went to visit my parents one day. The place was mobbed. And I said, Mom, she says, this is an off day. I said, Mom, you got to hire people. But back in the day, you waited for your sandwich. It was like you ordered it and you waited, or it was there. And they had a bag boy. It was amazing. But the food, old school recipes, and what you're talking about, I can relate to. It was unbelievable. It's not like today that you pop something in and it comes out.
Well, that's the thing that I love about Debbie is that everything she makes is from scratch. I mean, and we were just talking about a story on the break about something she said about this guy from a bakery making cherry pie. And he was going nuts because, first of all, it was the best cherry pie ever, but he was going one by one, removing the seed. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's exactly what Debbie's all about. She makes pasta from scratch. I mean, who makes pasta? Pasta is the easiest thing to go and buy. It's inexpensive. I mean, if you have kids growing up, what do they love? Mac and cheese, right? Right,
Yeah, but
Don?
now,
Right,
there's
Freddie?
different mac and cheeses.
I'm sorry?
They are
Yes.
different.
Now it's mac and
My
queso.
grandson Joey, he only eats one kind. From one place. He will not eat other mac and cheeses.
From where? From where? I'm sorry.
It's a restaurant. I come to.
From a big box. All right, we got to take a commercial break. I got a VMix call on the other side. More to come on the other side of this commercial break. You can follow Debbie at Cali Girl Kitchen on Instagram, and more to come. I think they're going to hang with us for a little bit. We got Jay Harmon and then Sue Kostick joining us from Arizona, talking about how we can fight the signs of aging. So more to come. We'll be right back.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
Give me the mozzarella. 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 Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty rich and pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Now, I'm known as the guy who can fix just about anything, but the technology in most appliances requires very special training to fix, and that's why my family has Choice Home Warranty.
Choice Home Warranty covers over 25 major home systems and appliances. That's your AC, heating, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and so much more.
Call Choice Home Warranty now before something breaks down.
Get protection for your heating, AC, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and more.
Call 800-920-3819.
Frank A. Ruffolo, a renowned author and screenwriter known for his books such as 10048, Blue Falcon, Memoir of a Soldier, and his latest, Samuel of Sarah. Check out his website, frankaruffolo.com, for more info or purchase his books on Amazon.
AMP Media Futures Foundation is a non-for-profit organization dedicated to providing college students with immersive opportunities in media production, marketing, business skills, and communication.
Interns will learn professional workflow skills in editing, video and radio broadcasting, public relations, digital media, graphic curriculum, and access to equipment to make a positive impact.
AMP Media Productions is a full-service production house with a variety of shows ranging from the Brooklyn Cafe show.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a very busy Wednesday.
Sarah Spiritual.
Right here on the Oldies station, you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
Call me Zena.
By example, and that's what I try to do all the time, to teach by example.
Artist Loft.
Using that term more. Yeah, lofties, yeah.
And Gypsy Soul.
They love music. It's like their favorite thing to go to.
I teach like preschool up to 12th grade.
Yeah, nice.
You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at AMP Media Productions. Please like and subscribe to all of our shows.
I want to be a first class champagne, please.
Dying comfort.
That's good. We offer opportunities to excel in the field of TV film production, social media management, video editing, set design, graphic design, sound engineering, journalism, and many more useful tools to help you land a career in the media business.
To volunteer or be a part of our team, or to make a donation of any size, please visit us at ampfutures.org. Help us to empower college students to create a positive impact with immersive hands-on experiences in media production. Help us amplify the future.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back. I was asking Gato his foods from his country. What country is that?
Guatemala.
Guatemala. And it's different. It's different because, why?
He goes, not Mexico. He's from Guatemala.
I only mess with him. I call him Mexicano. Because I know that it's on the way to Guatemala. But I knew somebody who I went to dinner for Guatemala, and they gave me Guatemalan stuff, and it was totally different. Totally different.
It's always different. When I was in high school, I took French because I wanted to go to the French restaurants. And my mother told me, but you live in South Florida, you should take Spanish. So I took Spanish, and we got to go to the Spanish restaurants. And, you know, so it was like a whole eating extravaganza when I went to high school.
I didn't go to many French restaurants because they had snails.
But they're good. Well, they just...
Escargot.
They're just chewy garlic is really what they are.
I don't want a snake. No. They put snails on my food in a French restaurant. One time, I took little Freddie. I told the guy, you don't remove them, I'm going to hit you with the snails. And he did remove them.
Oh, man. More to come with food, but we've got host of Hello, Your Health is Calling, Sue Kostick, joining us. I believe she's back in Arizona joining us. She had a great show yesterday, and we actually had, James was in here watching the show very intently on aging and health and genetics. It kind of went right hand in hand with his book when you talk about culturally what we bring down from generation to generation. It's foods, it's traditions, which are great, but sometimes those foods and traditions make our bodies age with different diseases. So let's bring Sue over and see what she's got to say. Hello, Your Health is Calling. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm great. And yes, I'm in Arizona. It's still very hot.
Did you get a lot of rain from the storm?
No.
Oh, thank God.
No. We live in like this little, it's called Moon Valley. And if there's rain, we typically don't get it. But then sometimes we're the only place in Phoenix that actually gets rain. It's very strange. So I'll have rain on the side of my house and it won't be raining on the front of my house. I think we live in the vortex. I don't know.
We have that. It might be raining through the roof on one side of the studio and yet raining through the wall on the other.
Well.
Has been the story of our summer here. A few water leaks coming here and there.
It's been raining very intensely, that's why.
But
You
I
guys have
love
had
the
a lot
piece,
of rain.
what you did yesterday. And we had a new guest. He drove in from North Carolina, and he wrote a book on slavery and what it meant, how we should change it going forward. But with that comes, right, traditions and cultures and foods. You talk about it all the time, the Latino culture.
Yeah,
rice,
we age rapidly.
rice
Except
and
for
beans
gato.
and diabetes, all the things that you
Because
grew
we're
up
heavy
with.
starch. I don't understand why we're such heavy starch people in the Latino community.
But what Sue says is genetics are only part of our aging. A lot of it is the other things that we do to our bodies and the environmental and toxins and foods. Is that true?
Yes, it is. And, it's everybody, I have a lot of clients that come to me that are in different aspects. We talked about the 5 main causes of death being heart disease, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and then Alzheimer's and dementia. And I have clients come to me that are in the heart disease, in the diabetes, and they're like, well, my parents, my grandparents, it's genetics. And yes, your genetics matter, but they only load the gun. And it's really what we do as a lifestyle that pulls the trigger. So there's a lot of things I think I went through probably a little too quickly yesterday, but there's a lot of things we can do to thwart that because we are predisposed to something. And it's been loaded in the gun, but if we pay attention, no matter where we are in our life, we can definitely do things to kind of thwart that.
Well, I got to tell you, there are things that affect the body very strangely. Like they found out in space, the female is up there, she's aging.
Her blood is aging.
Her blood is aging, even though physically she's not aging. The insides are aging because of the no gravity. And then I heard this morning that they have a recall on cinnamon. So I have a list of the cinnamons that were recalled because they have lead in them. And one of the side effects of this lead is that your inwards age. I'm like, what? And it's really funny because here you are talking about the same thing. And if you look it up, I'll send everybody the list of the 12 that had the most lead in cinnamon.
But Sue, are there things we can do? I know they say diet and exercise, right?
Yeah.
To cover the gamut on type 2 diabetes, heart disease, all of those things. But yet, I have an appointment with Sue tomorrow, so we're going over the lab works that I did with her. And Sue's going to help me with some holistic ways to get into better health. But I'm pretty careful on what I eat. And I try to be as active as I can. But yet, there are still things in my lab work and my cardiac testing that aren't perfect.
Yeah. Well, and Freddie, it's interesting that you bring that up about the cinnamon because when I do heavy metal testing, I probably 9 out of every 10 clients have either lead, mercury, or aluminum in their lab work. And so what's happening is when you have things like, let's just say cinnamon, and it's grown where there's pesticides being sprayed over everything, you're going to start showing, the soils are going to start absorbing all that and it's going to come out in our food. So that's why I talk, insanely about buying organic because those things are not sprayed with pesticides and you're not going to see those heavy metals in your foods. So to Dawn's question, besides the diet and exercise, it's really educating yourself about what's in your food, reading labels, making sure that you don't have any food sensitivities, because a lot of times the food sensitivities, it's not an allergy. So you're not going to die from it, but you might over time show a lot of discomfort after eating certain foods. And food sensitivities don't show up until sometimes 72 hours after you eat it. So it's paying attention to if you are starting to have some discomfort after eating things, because to Freddie's point, internal damage is called what we call oxidative stress. And you're literally rusting. It's the same thing as when a car rusts, and oxidative stress is going to cause that. So it's really one of the things that I think if people want to just kind of dip their toe into this whole longevity thing is figuring out what they might be sensitive to, what they're eating, finding out if they have heavy metals in their bloodstream, and if they have any gut issues going on.
And
those
are there protocols to remove the heavy metals?
Absolutely,
that are
yes.
soft protocols, I should say, so you don't feel like, oh my gosh, I'm removing all these heavy metals and I feel awful?
No. All the protocols are completely natural. Integrative health is based on traditional Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, and nutrition. So no protocols involve anything synthetic, pharmaceutical. It's all natural things that your body knows what to do with. So, for instance, with the heavy metal detox, it's going to be binders that go in and search for the heavy metal and bind to them, and then it's naturally eliminated from your body. And it's also there's also something that goes in and starts to break up that. It's kind of a sticky, gooey thing that's in your intestines that's holding on to some of these heavy metals. So it's naturally breaking up that sticky stuff. It's called fluorofilm. So that process, it's maybe a slightly less than 2 months to remove heavy metals.
Now, the other thing that I remember them telling me is underarm deodorant, which everybody wears, is loaded with aluminum.
Right.
So, that's the list of the
Those
cinnamon?
are the spices, the cinnamon.
The cinnamon. Those are the list of the cinnamons. I saw that this morning. But the underarm deodorant is loaded with aluminums, and a lot of people didn't realize that. So we had somebody come in, and what was it they showed us? Milk and magnesia? What was that?
Milk of magnesia and
And
essential oils.
Essential oils. And you mix that, and you use that. It has no aluminum in it, but you only have to wear it a few times a day because it works in the same way that underarm deodorant works.
Right. Well, and also if you have a lot of body odor, then that's also an indication of something on the inside. So, I mean, a natural odor as you sweat, that kind of musky odor is natural. But when you start having a body odor that you feel like you need to mask, then that's also a sign of something going on. And, back in the day, they found out that if you sweat profusely, then the aluminum is going to stop the sweating, but you need the sweat. That's one of the ways that our body detoxifies. So when you put on an antiperspirant that has aluminum in it, you're blocking that sweating that needs to be taking place.
Word to the wise, you should stink. Seriously. You should.
Bathing is essential.
Yeah, bathing is essential.
You want to bathe, but you want to be able to. There's sometimes you could wait a weekend and not do, and then take a shower as you're doing it, just to get. I'm sorry, Dawn. You got to restart your body. You're a healthy person.
You don't take a shower all weekend?
No. I'm saying you take showers, but you don't use deodorant and things. You don't do the weekly thing just to detoxify.
Again,
you stink.
I'm going to consign my husband then on that one. Forget consign my wife.
Well, Chuck would never do it. Chuck would never do it. But you gotta get the stuff out. I had a friend of mine, Carlos Mendez. He stunk, and I said to him, Carlos, there's something wrong with you. He says, why? He used to put on so much cologne because there was something. So he went to the hospital, and they found that he had cancer in his esophagus.
Wow.
And the body was letting him know, yo, bro, there's something wrong. I mean, when I tell you bad smell, I took him to. That was some of it, but he just had this aroma that was not. It was very funky.
Is he alive?
I don't know. I haven't seen Carlos in years, but I took him to the hospital and they found it. They treated him and he walked away from it. But unbelievable how the body will tell you.
It does. I tell people all the time, just because you have a symptom, your body's not messing up. It's literally telling you something. So when people ignore symptoms, they just keep piling up until you can't ignore them anymore.
I love going to the doctor and telling him, Doc, I know my body and I know what it's doing. And then they look the other way and they're trying to play doctor, which I get, I understand and respect. And then they come back to me and says, the way you wanted to do it is right because you understand this is going to work, and it does.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to work with Sue because I went through all of this testing, and the thing about holistic wellness is that sometimes it takes a little bit longer to clear your body out of what's going on. But the other thing about conventional medicine, a pill will mask whatever the root cause is, and then you get another pill. So in essence, all you're doing is prolonging the inevitable, where this process might take a little bit longer on the up front, but hopefully you're going to get to the root of it. Like I've had all these kind of funky things, and my body gives me signs of even supplements I can react to. Like and I'll talk to you tomorrow about one of the supplements that I was low when I started taking it. Just gave me humongous body aches, which means I guess my body either needs less of it or whatever. But I'm very sensitive to things.
I'm going to tell you, this lady, the problem is that when you're healing and you get rid of something, it's replaced by something else. The body is going to age. We are all going to age. See the face? See how she gets? But you want to age gracefully. You want to age healthily. Because we're all going to age, and if you think you're not, then your main problem is thinking you're not.
So I heard I spoke with someone yesterday, and it's a science of, I guess, allergy testing, but they remove it through another process, through different pressure points on your spine. I forgot what it's called. But she was telling me, it's not acupressure, it's like some sort of training, muscle testing, and that she has a client who was a type 2 diabetic. And by removing vitamin C from their diet, it eliminated the neuropathy, because the vitamin C that this person was on was converting to sugar. If you think about orange juice, sugar, vitamin C, was increasing the sugar of this person's insulin and diabetes level. When they eliminated vitamin C, the neuropathy got better, and their diabetes got better.
Crazy. Yeah, that is crazy.
Right?
And that's one of the reasons why it's so important to work with someone who knows about supplements, and that you buy supplements that are tested by a third party. The doctor that I certified under said you should never buy your vitamins where you buy your toilet paper. And
that's good. I got to use that line. I got to use that line.
Because there's synthetic forms of vitamins that people are taking that are causing problems, and probably full of all sorts of things that we don't need too. So
it's funny, the essence of what helps me may not help you.
Right.
And what helps you may not help you. So everybody's different, and everybody's body has a different DNA. So sometimes it's vitamin C. For me, it's carbs. I know that if I eliminate carbs, all the best thing in the world begin to happen. But it's difficult because everything has carbs in it. So all of a sudden, you got to replace them French fries. You got to replace that pizza. You got to replace that bread with something called salad, something green, something that has well, in my world, when I get out of work at 8 o'clock at night, which is another problem, you got to go find something green, because it doesn't matter what else you put in your body. The body at that time of the day is going to revolt. And here comes the type 2 diabetes. Here comes the high blood pressure. Here comes the eyeballs begin to start looking around and says, I can't see as well as I used to. But this is what we do to ourselves, sometimes because we pick it, and sometimes because you can't do anything for the time being because that's your livelihood. That's the way you work. So you got to be smart to listen to those who understand that the story changes. And it changes every day. I try to tell this one, just because you fix it today doesn't mean it ain't going to show up tomorrow.
That's why I'm working with Sue tomorrow. We're going to start some protocols that we've been waiting on.
Right.
You sent me some that we haven't started yet, but we're going to start working on it.
We'll get there.
Exactly.
We'll get there. And that's why testing is so important, just to Freddie's point, is everybody is in there. We're bio-individual. There's no two people the same. So if you're guessing at what you should do, and if somebody tells me their symptoms, I can guess what's going on. But if I can look into their lab work and really, really know what's going on, then their chances are better of eliminating what's going on and being able to move on. But, there's no process of elimination if you test.
True.
I
like
and the tests are easy too.
No, but I like the fact that she gives you, I sent her a test. She's gonna say, Freddie, nah.
No, the tests that Sue works with, they're all, you could do them at home. One was like a hair sample. Yes, you could do it too. You don't need that much. Blood, and then the other one was like urine sample. But they're all easy to do at home. And then they go in. You don't have to go to a doctor. Sue orders it, has it sent to you. Really, really simple.
You know, the object of the game here is that working with you is one level, and then I need you to be with me when we talk to my doctor, because he's on she's on a whole different plane and sees things a whole different way. And they even try to put me on medicine, again, for the type 2. They put me in the hospital 6 years ago. And I said to him, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not going through that again. And we argued. And then they brought in another doctor. And then they brought in the head. I said, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just telling you, I'm not. And they made me buy it, and I never took it.
Yeah.
I never took
Well,
it.
you know, sometimes, and I've had clients with type 2 diabetes and like rheumatoid arthritis and things like that, that doctors definitely want to put you on a medication for. But what we've done is we've worked hand in hand, and my client told the doctor what they're going to do and exactly what the items that were like in the protocols and everything. And then 6 months later, they went back and they could show through the blood work that things were in remission. So, you know, the doctors, sadly, they're not trained on nutrition, and that they're just trained, they're so pharmaceutical trained on what to give you if you have a symptom. So and there's a lot of conventional doctors that are coming around, and through clients like I have that have gone back and done blood work and shown that some of these situations are either fully eliminated or going into remission. It's not like you're not going to go to your doctor anymore. It's just showing them that there's another way. And I think that there's going to come a time where functional medicine and conventional medicine will be able to work hand in hand.
And the other way also is what you eat is what you become. So Debbie is another important aspect to this thing, because she has foods that are whole foods that are done. You know, diabetes type 2 in Europe, from what Sarah tells me, is not a thing. And they eat pasta all the time, but it's grown differently, just like you explained. And because of that, you're putting in better foods for yourself. The problem here is that we have bad foods available to us, and we do it because it's cheap, it's convenient, it's on the shelf, it's gotta go. That's the problem.
Sue, thank you so much for all your information.
Of course. I'm always happy to talk.
I love it. And hopefully we're going to be working with Sue's daughter, also her daughter Grace, and do a segment before she goes back to school on anxiety in our youth.
Perfect.
Yes,
because her daughter's amazing.
Oh, thank you. I think so too.
Perfect.
Because it's not
thanks,
easy.
you guys. No, it's not. And she's been experiencing some things over the past couple of weeks. And so I think it'll be good for her to talk about it.
I love it. Thank you so much, Sue. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Sue was awesome. So you can follow her on Thursdays at Hello, Your Health is Calling, and we can get you all of the information to her practice.
Which is, again, Debbie, is a perfect segue to what you were talking about. Good health gives you good endings to what you want to be. You know, but you look amazing, and I always make fun of the fact that I hate you. Because it's very difficult working with you, because I'm getting older by like Play-Doh in the sun, and you're getting better, and I hate that.
No, it's all aging.
No, I'm gonna have to retire.
You're like Play-Doh in the sun. Are you melting?
I melt. It's hard, and I noticed this morning it takes longer to get ready. And says, ugh, and I gotta deal with her again.
At least you don't have to do your hair.
If that was my only problem.
So let's take a commercial break. We'll come back. We're going to talk to Jay Harmon, more with Alicia and Debbie. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. For exclusive behind-the-scenes content, like and subscribe to YouTube, as well as our Amp Media Productions page. Find all the shows that we produce here right at the studio, including Inside, The Art Is Mine. So more to come. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Known for his Art Deco Cubist style and compositions with dancing saturated color, Ken Bieberman has lived and breathed art his whole life. From the early 80s, he's influenced the Art Deco district of Miami Beach. Featured in numerous restoration projects, hotels, galleries, and clubs, Bieberman creates for everyday folks and celebrity clientele. He's also the proprietor of Art Repro, a giclée and scanning company in Pompano Beach. When it comes to scanning high resolution, size is not an issue. Professionally scanning art up to 10 feet and 64 inches in width, Art Repro utilizes state-of-the-art equipment. On quality canvas or paper, archival ink and printing mediums are put to use. Art Repro ensures colors are true and every nuance of the art is captured, including the canvas weave. Perfection is the priority. Contact artist Ken Bieberman today at 954-547-0095 or visit his website www.artrepro.net.
If you turned 65 recently like me, it's important you find a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you the coverage you're looking for. But finding one can be difficult. The best thing I did, and I suggest you do the same, is call a licensed insurance agent and let them walk you through your Medicare Advantage plan options. There are so many benefits you have access to, so make the call now and let the representatives explain everything to you. Our licensed insurance agents can offer you a variety of Medicare Advantage plans. Plus, the call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. We're here to make it easy for you to select a Medicare Advantage plan that may work for your needs. Finding a Medicare Advantage plan can be easy if you do what I did. Make a quick call right now to learn more. Thank you. Call 800-978-4815. That's 800-978-4815. Call now. What if this happened to you when you're alone? With MedGuard Alert's new Care Watch, you can connect with medical professionals instantly, 24/7. No cell phone required. This life-saving medical device acts as a phone as well as a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And if you have Medicare or Medicaid, you may qualify to get yours free. Don't wait. Call us to get your Care Watch right now.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Space travelers
Now we're back. So these are some 2 songs. We have to take a look.
Nice.
You know, it's really interesting when we have the butcher of Boca, the best butcher here in Boca.
Beauregards.
Beauregards. We were talking about back in the day when I was growing up, and then when I got married and moved into Hollywood Avenue, I found a butcher, and I used to buy all my meats from this butcher. And then my father-in-law was a butcher for Pathmark, and he explained to me buying right, because health was buying right. I got 2 songs from Design in my email for Jay to put into the video for tonight.
Okay.
So buying right, I was grown up to buy right. Michelle never understood that. Even though her father was a butcher, I used to go on the outside, and he used to bring in certain cuts. But there were certain things that I wanted, how to buy right. So when you talk about these meats, so you go to Walmart, and you get a steak for $9.99, doesn't really mean you're buying a steak that's worth 90 cents, because it might be processed or whatever.
Or mystery meat.
Well, you ever notice they say if you buy it today, last day, so it must be there for a little while.
But I was talking to Debbie. I know they need to get going on some ideas to create a show or a segment, or even some fun, easy kitchen hacks of what not to buy at the grocery store. You were telling me garlic as an example.
Yeah, so you can make your own little garlic cloves by taking a clove of garlic or 2, breaking them up, putting them in a small pan, covering it with water, bringing it up to a boil for about 2-3 minutes, draining it, let it cool off a little bit, obviously, and the skins will peel off. And you can either leave it whole and put it in a clean, sterilized jar, preferably, and fill it up with olive oil and put that in your refrigerator. Then you have cloves of garlic.
So
Because
simple, right?
unfortunately, if you buy the containers of peeled garlic, the peel has been removed generally by bleaching it. And that's going to leach into your clove of garlic, which you really don't want to be consuming. And then you could chop up the garlic and do the same. You can put it in a jar, put it in your refrigerator. And I use my food processor or a blender, and you have fresh garlic and at the ready. So when you come home at night and you want to make a quick something, you can just take your garlic out and it's all done.
In my house, it was called sofrito. So
Yes.
my mother used to make it.
Yes.
And she used to put it in the freezer.
Yes.
And we used to use it every day.
Yes.
And so she taught me how to make sofrito. And then
What
they
is in
changed-
it? What is in
Well,
sofrito?
there's a lot of green stuff in it.
Sofrito is onion, carrot, and celery, all chopped up.
And what's the red
Oh, like a
one?
roux.
Like a roux, yes. And then there's the red one.
Well, then you can put red bell pepper in it if you want.
Exactly. So Goya sells both now. But we used to make our own. So she used to freeze it, and then she used to give it to me, and you put it in your beans. The best.
You can
for
put
beans.
it in your beans, you can put it in vegetable soup, you can put it, I use it for my pasta sauces, I use it for a
Your rabbit
lot,
stew?
my rabbit stews, my chicken dishes, my meat dishes. When I make a beef bourguignon, I'll take some of that and use that.
Do you ever make rabbit stew on
Yes.
Easter?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I know we can't, yes.
You're not supposed to have meat on Easter.
She was kidding.
I know she is.
No. Yes, you are. You can have it.
fish.
And you can have rabbit.
fish up to the Friday, which is like, Good Friday, and then you can have.
All right, so hopefully we'll be able to put a segment together with some food ideas, some
Yeah,
easy
tips and
recipes,
tricks.
or some tips and tricks, getting ready for maybe the holiday season. We're going to fall, squash, Halloween, all those fun stuff.
Maybe we bring out some tables and people can come and reserve a table.
Sounds
and have
good.
Some,
Awesome.
Oh, we
we'll
could
do
eat
and
and
we'll
have
somebody sing.
We can
maybe
eat and
a little
drink.
Jazz or something.
And we can even bring Josh and Megan in to do their thing,
Last night it was
which
cool.
was really cool.
Yeah,
Debbie,
we-
thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you very much.
Cali Girl Kitchen, you can follow her on social media, and hopefully again right here at the studio. Alicia, thank you for bringing Debbie in. Happy Friday to you ladies. Have a
Thank
lovely
you guys
weekend.
for hosting, and thank you,
Yes,
Debbie,
thank
for being
you very
here.
much. This
Thank
has
you.
been so much fun.
And we
pleasure.
always have to add a little Deb to it.
Add a little
You know, and fresh food and everything Sue talks about goes hand in hand.
It does. And you
Good
can
health.
see how much it affects people's lives from here to Arizona to anywhere in the world. What you put in is really what you're all about.
And I'm running out of things that I can put in, so I got to find a different way.
You need to talk to Sue and a few other people.
I'm working on it. I am
Do you know
working
that,
on
just
all
to
of
finish
this.
that topic real quick, in India, they base your health on your gut.
And here as well, we all have pretty poor gut health in the United States because of simple things, right? We're consuming bleach, pesticides on our foods. Even though it's more expensive, again, it's being proactive and putting these healthy things into your mouth.
But the funny thing is you have choice. If you spend a little bit more, you get it. If you move to Italy, you got it. You got choices. You got things you could do.
We should bring her back in, our friend that went to Italy.
We should. Find out how if she got sick when she came. That's a different story. That was a plain sick.
All right, so let's check in with Jay before we play you our morning show that we missed this morning
We're
to air with
actually
you.
going to do something else. But go ahead, let's talk to Jay.
How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing good.
We've been doing this far too long, Freddie. Oh my
now
gosh.
You've been with us in different places. You were at 388. How'd you like the food?
Oh man, the food is great there. That place is really, the ambiance, everything about that place is really fantastic. You know, they know what they're doing.
They do, and they serve it old Italian style with the 2 spoons
and they're good
It's
at it. I mean,
amazing.
it's not, you know, I don't know how long it'd take to learn how to do that, but that's really
amazing. The food is good, and it's not sauce. It's
gravy.
Gravy.
It's not gravy.
No.
It's sauce. Is it gravy or is it sauce? Which is it?
I don't know.
Joe Rubo used to always have the contest.
He
Is
called it gravy,
or
right?
is it sauce?
Yeah.
I call it sauce. I don't call it gravy.
Yeah.
Gravy is what I see on turkey.
And they
What
had
about a reduction?
cauliflower pizza.
Isn't that the best pizza
Wow.
I had?
Wow,
So
wow.
good.
You just have to try that because it's just I've never had that before, and it's just
Never?
amazing.
Wow.
And you're hosting Inside the Artist's Mind today.
Inside the Artist's Mind
still doesn't know
this
who.
afternoon
Neither
we
do I.
have, and
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
you know it's going to be interesting.
All right. You
I
ready
can
to
tell you that right now.
What are we doing for?
So let's take a commercial break. Real quick, when we come back, we're going to talk to some of the fundamentalists of the foundation. Upcoming, our newsletter. What's coming on? I'm going to also talk to some other things like Mr. Gatto, who's going to give us a synopsis of how we're going to be doing some of the things at 388, which is, I think, what Alicia was just alluding to as to what I want to do there starting Monday.
All right. All right. More to come on the other side of this break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, your family, your business, your peace of mind, you need reliable fire protection. Introducing All Fire Extinguisher Depot, Fire Extinguisher Service. Our certified technicians ensure your extinguishers are always ready to respond to emergencies. Before and after, we leave your fire safety in top-notch condition. Join the many satisfied clients who trust All Fire Extinguisher Depot for fire extinguisher service. Because when it comes to fire safety, there's no compromise. Contact All Fire Extinguisher Depot at 786-704-2750 to get your extinguisher service today. Your safety is our priority. That's at 786-704-2750. All Fire Extinguisher Depot, protecting what matters.
Has your heater busted, computer crashed, appliance broken? Then you need ARW Home.
Life's been pretty worry-free since I got coverage with ARW Home. Don't waste thousands of dollars on air conditioning, appliance repair, and replacements. Save that money with ARW Home. Protection plans that cover household appliances, systems, and electronics.
My air conditioning broke on a Sunday. I called ARW and they came out and fixed it right away.
Get your free quote today. Call or go to arwhome.com now.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now. What if you could make a free phone call and reduce your car payment by as much as $83 a month? Right now, you could be paying as high as 20% interest. Your new interest rate could be reduced to as low as 2.48%. You can refinance any existing car loan or leased car and save money every month. Take 5 minutes of your time right now. Make this free phone call and learn how to save hundreds of dollars a year by refinancing your existing car loan.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Call the number on your screen today. It's a free call.
The owners of Amp Media Productions and the Brooklyn Cafe show, Don and Freddie S., are excited to announce the launch of its new nonprofit educational charity, the Amp Media Futures Foundation. This foundation gives college students the tools that they need by providing them hands-on learning experiences in business, marketing, communication, and media creation. To donate or volunteer, contact AMP2 Media Productions by email at info@ampfutures.org.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Okay, we're back, and I want to just touch real briefly because last week, Anthony and you put out the newsletter. Now, if for those of you that don't know about the newsletter, we sent it out to about 2,500 people.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit more because I texted out as well. And we want to increase that number to 5,000 to 10,000. That's what we're looking to do. So if you got it, it's great to read. It was a great read on there. And Anthony is he's an eager young man who doesn't just think we could do it once a month. He would like to try to do it once a week.
Yeah, we could definitely do it once a week, promote businesses around the town and kind of tell people what we're doing every week.
So what I'm going to ask is if you have a business, I want you to come forward and we'll interview you. We'll send out a B-roll crew or something, and we'll put you in the newsletter because it's another avenue that helps us with the foundation to help them grow and expand. Except he took us to school because he's the first person in 18 years that I've ever seen that if it hasn't been done per se, that changes everything around, that is attempting to do it once a week. So that's an accomplishment.
Thank you.
Now, are you go where? What school do you
He's
go?
done before.
I just graduated from Florida State.
And what's your major?
I majored in political science and I minored in communications.
So the newsletter doesn't bother you at all? Sitting in front of a mic doesn't bother you at all?
Oh, no. I am perfectly good in front of a camera. And I did a lot of writing in college. So, yeah.
And you see, I want to find out because I know there's a whole group of them in there. And I got to get them out.
Okay.
And I want to start sending them out to different places.
Absolutely.
And we're going to bait them with Inside the Mind of an Artist as well. Because sometimes lunch hour is not the most convenient time for these businesses because they have lunches, they got people, that this, that this, that this, that this. So I've heard all of that. So after 2, 3 o'clock, we got another show backs up against us, Inside the Mind, and I'm going to bait them to go out there and offer them to come and do this thing, and then we put them in the newsletter.
But it was a great job on the newsletter. People are texting me, oh my gosh, I didn't realize you had so much going on. I'm going to be at 388 on Monday night. So that was awesome.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll keep making them.
Good stuff. Now, the reason I brought you out here, Anthony, is because before, you can't go ahead. If it floats your boat.
Thank you so much.
If it floats your boat, and Debbie is here for the next couple of minutes, I want you to sit her in the lobby, and I want you to interview her real quick, take a picture of her, and I'd like to put her in the newsletter. But I want to do this trend with everybody that comes in here. Because what good is having the best show in Boca if you don't tell people?
Yes.
I
right?
agree.
Yes.
And these guys, they do a knockout job, phenomenal job. And I tease Highlighter because things do happen. It's just the nature of the beast. Things do go wrong. This happens. This happens.
Did she leave?
I don't know. She's mad at me. But the building gets hit by lightning. You know, sometimes God just reminds me that there ain't nobody perfect.
Sure.
Nothing you do is perfect, and don't think you are, because if you do, God don't like ugly. That's all I'm going to say to that. So, Anthony, anything we can do to increase your awareness of what you're doing, we're going to march with you. I think you have a great idea. You got the right pizzazz to do this thing, so I wanted to bring that out and let people know.
Awesome.
That
Yeah.
was a great job, man.
We can, I mean, you can subscribe to the newsletter by going on our website, Brooklyn TV website, and there's a spot to put in your email and subscribe to the newsletter.
5355 if you text production, not with an S, production, 5355, you can get information on
the Amp Media Futures Foundation.
That's right. Which leads me to my second commercial, my second man over there, the man I call El Gato, which is Andrew Garcia, probably one of our better, if not one of the best people I've ever seen with cameras. No, he's good. He's good. Gato's good. Now G-Man is right there. G-Man will take anybody on. But what I like about the reason I'm bringing in Andrew is because we have a challenge at 388 to capture sound and to capture it correctly. Because when you're on 95.3, 96.9, and all those stations that we're on, those 6 of them, your sound has to be here.
Yeah.
It can't be here. And anything that is played here, though it sounds good on Facebook and YouTube, is not acceptable at the radio station.
True.
So I talked to Andrew. I'm hoping he brought that piece of equipment that we're going to be getting today.
I guess not.
But because
Look at
did
his
you bring
face.
it? You didn't bring it? After you told me you're going to bring it, I built all this stuff, you didn't bring it?
I'll go get it, though.
No. You don't go get it. But Andrew's one of the few guys that if you're going to go out and you want something done, we send them out and they get it done. I know that we went to the high school with G-Man and Highlighter, and they did a stand-up job. They loved everything that was going on out there.
It's been a long week. We've done a lot this week.
We have. But I just want everybody to know that what we're doing is we're trying to let you know that you don't have to go all the way to Miami. You don't have to go all the way wherever. These people are here, and they bring a great service, just like Andrew does. Now, Andrew does our Thursday night productions, correct, Andrew?
Yes, so we do Thursday night. We do radio from around about 6:30 all the way up until 8. So we have 4 shows that happen on Thursday nights. So that's our night for radio. So if anyone ever wants to do a show, Thursday nights is the best night to do it if you want to go on radio. Sorry. And so back to what Freddie was saying with 388, our goal is to not only give you a good visual, but also give you good audio. So what we're planning to do is to make it so that way if there are bands, if there's singers, we get the actual high quality audio coming from their microphones, their equipment and everything directly into our production, so that way we can push it out to True Oldies, Comcast, anywhere really, with high fidelity sound, so that way everything you say, anything you sing, we can cover all bases and we get everything done quick. Like Freddie said, we go on productions, we go on crazy productions. Sometimes we're out playing pickleball and we're recording high quality audio with video, or we're at an expo or something, and it's crazy what we can do. But that's what we provide. We provide full service. 388 is a really good example. We can go out, showcase your business, and get more people walking through the door. And that's our goal, is to not only touch the community, but also give people the ability to see these crazy places that maybe you didn't know about. Personally, I think my favorite one so far has been the Girls in Atlantic Ave. So that's Atlantic in Military. So you have a pizzeria, an ice cream shop, a bakery, and a petting zoo all in the same place. And we covered that on one of our Brooklyn Cafe episodes. And a lot of people might not know about it. I didn't know about it. And as soon as I went out there, I knew that it was a special place. And it's cool that we're able to showcase these places because people see them and they want to go out and they want to see it, and that's exactly what we can provide for you because we love these places, we love our community, and like I said, we're a full service. Anywhere you want to go, we can be there, especially Freddie. He'll never say no. So you have an idea, he'll always come and he'll tell you we can do it, and we'll get it done. So
Will
any concerts, we've done concerts.
Tell them about the concert you did, the Pink Floyd concert.
So we did a concert for a Pink Floyd tribute band, and so we were at FAU, and we did the full direct audio with video. So you have a multicam production with high quality audio and everything included. So it was a really nice thing. So if you have a band, especially we have another band, a ZZ Top tribute as well, that we did a full service for. So they had a whole bunch of songs there, so you can send that out as a demo to anyone you want to, if anyone wants to hire you. It's a high quality, high video quality, everything. So you can showcase yourself doing what you do best, and we make it easy. You come in, we make sure that you're taken care of and that, you're not as stressed out. Most of our guests, all of them really, when they get in here, we make sure that they're comfortable. We make sure that they can get their ideas out there, and we try to make the production as seamless as possible. So you don't have to worry about the production. All you have to worry about is getting your ideas out there, and we can connect it from 1 to 2. So you never have to worry. Same thing like the Pink Floyd concert. We did a Gypsy Nation concert. A lot of concerts. J.C. Dreesen was our most recent one, so we did Broadway to Hollywood too. And we do everything. It's
well,
not
we're going to be at an expo in the end of October.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got a live shoot for Making Money with Laura Sanders, her 2-year anniversary party. That's going to be down at another local venue in Pompano.
And all the shows are going to that venue.
We just haven't told them yet.
But
and you did the movie for Ed Salazar.
Oh yeah. So if you have a small story, if you have any story really, we can also get that done for you. We've done documentary style. We've done narrative. So there's no limit as long as you have an idea. We're full of passionate people who are willing to go out there and get it done for you. Like I said, full service, no stress for you. We take care of everything, the ins and outs. And so for small documentaries or full documentaries, we can do it. Same thing, like what Don just said, we did a story for Ed Salazar, whose son passed away. And we're trying to get the sovereign immunity statute repealed because it's not right. And our goal is to pretty much reach everyone because this can affect everyone. So we make sure that we put the best music in, the best editing, so that when you get your story out there and you can get as many people's attention as you can. And I think that's what we did with that story because it's something that you never know about until you are a victim of it. And anyone can be a victim as long as you go into a hospital that is not a private hospital, it can happen to you. So we take care of everything, no stress, no hassle. We get in, we get out, and we make sure you have a good product.
And that video was accepted by Angel Studios. It was accepted on the second term. And then they have a whole parameter that you have to go for a third term. You have to raise monies and all that, but it was accepted. And we have also just been commissioned to do a series with Baba. And we have to read the script, and we're going to have a sit down with all of you to put that together. So I'm looking for actors and everything else. And I got to tell you something. I don't look far. I see an actor, I see an actress, I see an actor, I see an actress. I just give people parts, and the magic that they do in that room, you got to be there. Now, is it always right? No. Does family argue? All the time. Do we miss a beat and miss a this and miss a mic goes back? Yes. But we're beginning to understand the reason why these things are occurring. And I just want you to know, if you have a project, no project is too small. And what I should have done, we did it from Chicago at the DNC where I sent it out and they did the production for me here. We can do it from anywhere. Doesn't matter where you are. We can take a crew out or we could do it remotely, whatever it is that you want to do. But I am tired of waiting. So I'm going to start sending people out. Let's go find them. Let's bring them in. Just like we did with the Butcher of Boca, the best butcher in Boca.
Beauregard's. Best pastrami, actually, in Boca Raton.
Was voted #1. Came out in all the papers, and he called us to thank us.
Yep.
So things don't happen by accident. And Jay also is a big part of what we do here. She keeps me sane. She don't let me get away with nothing, including this morning. G-Man is always there.
What did you do this morning?
Well, I was trying to figure out how. It doesn't matter. She just straightened me out. But sometimes you do this long enough, and there are different things that occur, and you have to overcome. And you have a leak on the equipment. You got to make sure it doesn't
get wet.
That's right. So we're going to be bringing different ideas to you. I'm going to rely on them to bring and provide ideas, because after 22 years of doing this, maybe it's time I listen with this ear. Listen in that direction and let them tell me, let's do this, let's do that. But then I'm going to push them, and I'm going to challenge them to get it done. And the bottom line here is, if you want to be part of this, come on down, check out the show. Yes, for J.C. Dreesen's people, we are working on trying to bring a production in here. See, because I see a screen, and I'm going to tell Alicia, I need to hang the green screen bigger, and let's make our own movie theater in here with 60 seats. So we don't do one show, maybe we do 4, and we roll them out. Maybe we have some foods, maybe not, and we put the movies behind her like we did up there. What's the big deal? It ain't that hard. It's only hard if you don't try. So, I just wanted to make sure you got a little taste of what we do every day. Andrew, what you got to say, Andrew?
Oh, I didn't say anything. I relaxed after the camera was off me.
G-Man is looking at you. All right, so I think now we can say goodbye, Miss Lucy.
All right, have a great weekend, everyone. Our crew is absolutely amazing. We're starting our fall semester, and we're going to change it up a little bit with Amp Media Futures, because what we've been told is all the new producers would benefit from their own mentor. Okay. So all of you OGs in the house,
guess what?
Pick a new crew member and be their mentor, please.
Interesting. We give you a badge.
Because now you are mentors, because it's not easy to walk into a studio where you don't know anyone and to learn new skills that you don't know.
Me? I don't know nobody.
And, well, you don't know anyone's name for sure.
See,
and to make it work. So all you OGs, you are now mentors. And now you get to officially teach. Andrew is going to be working, and Josh, with Joseph. So he's changing his days a little bit to come work with you guys for the next 4 weeks. He's going to be here on Thursday nights to shadow you guys. Anthony, I think, is already mentoring people, so you're kind of the unicorn outlier there. But things to do. So if you're listening and you are a producer at Amp Media Studios, find your mentor. It's like find your Waldo. Ready to wrap it up?
Wrap it up.
All right. Have a great weekend, everyone. Stay safe. Be kind to each other. Do your taxes. And we'll see you Monday, 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Yes. When Aaron played football, huge, humongous, and then it's like when you get divorced, you got to pick sides, and the player himself always chooses the side of the parent that wants him to play. And I say this because it was my son. There are girls that play too, I know. But for me, huge issues. And sure enough, when he got his concussion, huge issues.
Who got a concussion?
My son.
Oh, okay.
To the point that we had to take him to the neurologist, who did, had to go for an MRI. He had a bleed in his brain, and that was the telling sign of, you're done playing football.
Hold on. The concussion is a bleed in the brain.
Yes.
Okay, that's going to happen. That's why it's a concussion.
Does not always have a bleed in the brain. Sometimes you just get rattled around.
99.9% of the time. And the other thing is that...
Would you let your son play if they show blood in the brain?
Yes, but
you would?
Yeah, no, but let me finish. Okay. What I tried to do is I tried to teach kids how to tackle without the helmets. You don't tackle with the crown of your head. That's not proper. Now, what happened yesterday is kind of strange because he sort of was falling. So he sort of landed on the guy. And that concussion that he had, first, when I was watching the game, there was something off about the Miami Dolphins team yesterday. I don't know if they were tired.
Yeah, maybe they just played on Sunday.
They just did not look right. The passes weren't crisp. He did not look right. So that if I trip and I land on your knee and I get a concussion, was that a dangerous sport?
I did not watch, quite honestly.
I'm telling you. I think that the bottom line here is that it is a sport. Hockey is a sport that's dangerous as well. Football is dangerous as well. Baseball, you get hit in the head with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, it's going to hurt. Am I on these? Yeah. Are you bringing a mic? You have a mic?
Over there.
You have to grab a mic. You want to sit over here?
Don't mind her. She's just working production. Keep going with your story.
So the object of the game here is that you learn how to play the game as best as you can. Now they have the players using these foam helmet things. You put this foam thing on top of the helmet to cut down on injuries. They changed the kickoff. There's barely going to be a kickoff, so that's changed. I mean, listen, it happens. The heart attack that kid had wasn't because of football.
Oh, no, that I know.
Okay.
That I know. I don't know. It's just a mom thing, I guess.
Ex-wife hitting you over the head with a frying pan.
You probably deserved
give
it.
you a concussion.
I'm kidding.
So what do you say? We don't get married because wives hit husbands with frying pans?
I don't know. Maybe it'd be nicer to your wife and she won't hit you over the head with a frying pan.
Well, it's another sport. You got to bob and weave. Boxing, another.
I got to tell you, if you knew, well, you probably knew that marriage was like a bob and weave before you got married. Did you not know?
I did not know.
But now that you know, now that we know, would you give different advice to people on marriage?
I do.
It's totally a bob and weave.
It's a bob and weave. It's adjustments, and then just when you think you figured it out, you're lost again.
Because then we change our mind. I don't think men change their mind
All the
as much
time.
as we do.
All the time.
As women do.
All the time.
You
That's
do?
why men are always looking.
Oh, that's awful. Oh, come on, Buzzer. Where are you at? I need you. No, seriously.
That's an adjustment. You see, women
What, are you
think it's
adjusting your
cheating.
neck?
What?
You're adjusting your neck?
No, we're
Wait,
adjusting.
Let me see what I'm doing.
We're
Look at
adjusting,
that.
and then we go, okay, you see, that is a very interesting woman, but I'm glad I have my wife. You know, things of that nature.
No, I don't know.
You don't buy that?
No,
No?
I think that we make you guys crazy. But maybe it's like vice versa. It goes back and forth. You make us crazy, so then in turn. But sometimes we just want peace and quiet, and that doesn't seem to be in existence.
Why can't wives be more,
Oh.
what am I going to say, more understanding
Of what?
of a man's needs, of understanding how we change in a change. We're not allowed to change.
Here's the thing. You want to know the nitty-gritty secret? Do I dare?
I can't even do this bit
share
in a
this?
serious face.
Do I dare share the nitty-gritty?
Tell me the nitty-gritty.
That is, you change, we change, and what you want is not what we want.
Why?
Just saying. Because
But you wanted it before we got married.
Yeah, but then we changed. Well, there's a difference between want and what we want. Because what we wanted then is different than what we want now.
And I got to tell you, dems, they don't even know what they want. But they know what they don't
When you got
want.
married, did you know you wanted kids?
Yeah.
And then you had kids.
Yeah.
And then you wanted something else.
More kids.
And then you wanted money, and then you wanted a bigger house. And
More
then,
kids.
And then you've got the kids, and you've got the money, you've got the bigger house, and your kids move out, and along the way, and then what do you want? You want peace and quiet.
No, the problem was that nobody told me that it costs money to have children.
$240,000.
$247,000. That's what they came up with. So you got to have money in order to have children. Nobody told me that. People just told me it was fun to have.
And every
Get
baby
on
is a
a groove.
blessing and brings their own money, 100%, and it's
not
true.
quite, no.
But then your wants change, and then your wants are for the kids, and then you want your kids not to play football, and they do anyway.
You see, that doesn't match.
Yeah, back to that. Back to football.
I wonder. I used to talk to parents about. There was a council called Football Safety in America, and I used to tell parents, let your kids play. So I signed the girl, and she became all city. She was fantastic.
You play football? Me? Yeah.
Football. Flag, maybe. Like a little. I tried.
I figured.
How do we know that mic is on?
Oh, because I went and
You
made
checked
sure.
it?
Tatiana, you play football? Devlin, you play football?
Yeah, I did. Back in elementary.
Elementary. Flag.
Did you play tackle?
I tried.
And you don't like it?
Didn't get very far into it, no.
No. What position?
Because we had to move down to Florida, and I just fell out of sports.
Oh, shame. You should have played.
But anyway, back to our wants and our needs and our desires. They change. Ladies, I know you're
Yeah,
with
but
me, but you don't admit it. So I'm going to admit it for
But
all
you
of
guys
our women
love
out
going
there.
shopping. You like to go shopping? You like to go shopping?
Of course.
You like to go shopping?
Oh, you know what I've started doing now?
Online.
So I do a lot of online shopping. I do a lot of online consignment shopping. And then I found out, well, what happened is I bought some things. I didn't realize one of the things was unreturnable. It was a little pricey. Pair of shoes. So I'm like, Then I always think, oh, I'll give them to Danny. I'm like, oh, well, let me look and see what my options are. I always think, well, let me give my shoes to Danny because I thought you're probably around the same size. So then I clicked on the return button, and next to the return button that said I could not return said consign. And I thought, brilliant. I'm just going to send it back to the company and resell them. So with that, one pair of shoes in an empty box and a free label. Don't ever waste a free label on Girl Math. You can put anything else you want in the box to send back. So I filled the box and I sent it back. So now I can sell all these things. And then there was more because I thought, well, there's more that I can now consign. So I went back and I found all the things that I had bought at this one site that I could consign. I hit consign, 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 and guess what? I got another label. Then all I had to do was find a box. So found a box, washed it off, put all the things in it, filled it again, sent it back. And now they tell me I can track my sales.
Hold
Do
on
I
a
have
second.
anything else that I want
Hold
to
on.
sell? I'm like,
this is
hello.
so typical. Women buy things, they wear them once, they don't take off the price tag. They sort of tape it inside and then they send it back. There was a show like that on Kings of Queens, and she became a shopaholic. She was buying $1,000 suits that she couldn't afford.
Send it back.
Wear it once and take it back to the store. And then she turned the whole room into a timeline as to how long she had to send it back and the condition that it had to go back in. It was an A, B, and C
Well,
condition.
I now do that.
There is something wrong with you.
Constructive to do with OCD, you know?
You got to stop.
And then think how many clothes you can fit in a little box.
You gotta
I
stop.
couldn't believe it. And then I found shoes that, they
Dawn?
hurt my
I'm telling
feet.
you, you have to
Send
do an
them back.
MTV crib on Dawn's closet.
I
Dawn?
sent 2 pairs of shoes back, 3
I'm begging
dresses, a skirt, and it was like, choop, back.
I'm begging you. Please don't do that.
It's a lifestyle.
Why? It's a lifestyle, and then you get credit for. I don't even need the money
then I
because
go-
then it's like sitting in this pot. I can use the money.
Gio, if you're watching, this is not even a bit. I don't know where this came from. You really can't do that.
Why?
Because it's not ethical.
Ethical.
Ethical. There's a button that says consign. One man.
But you're buying it to consign it. That's not cool.
Well, I never did. What? You wear it and then you send it back.
You wear it until you can't
But
wear
why
it
does
anymore.
there have to be a point where she reaches, or is it okay? At some point.
No, I'm just saying, why buy something if you're going to constantly send it back?
I wasn't. Some of these things, my weight
What are
has
you talking
changed, my
about?
body
You went
has
into the
changed.
consignment button and you hit it 15 times.
But I went back on the things that I bought a few years ago that I don't wear anymore. Consign.
You can send it back from a few years ago, too?
Yes. My body does
Your
not
whole-
look like it did a couple years ago, so those clothes need to go back.
So why don't you give them to your daughter or something?
Because my daughter is legs like 5'10", and they wouldn't fit her. I do have one dress that I thought, I'll see if she wants it or not.
I'm
If
not.
not, I'll give it to Danny.
And this is coming from the woman who thinks that football is a dangerous sport.
Shopping is not
Now,
dangerous.
I got to ask Mr. D here, would you sit with your significant other and shop online all day?
Sport.
Depends on what we're shopping for.
It doesn't matter? It could be shoes, from a dog to shoes to hair to any, it doesn't matter? Would you do that?
I mean, I wouldn't spend all day on it.
Thank you. It does not take all day. It's
They-
a quick
You
sport.
spend
It's
all
a quick
day.
scroll because now
I
you know what
watch
they
you
do?
here do it.
They give you 15 minutes.
I'd be lying if I
It's
said I didn't do
different.
online shopping too.
But it's different from doing it in store versus online. You could
What's
spend a
different?
while in a mall. You could spend like 4 hours
But that's
in a
the
mall and not
adventure
even
of.
realize that
But that's
4
the
hours
adventure is to go to a mall. But you don't just shop at a
Staying
mall.
4 hours on a shopping online site, it feels different. Like a little, I've just been sitting here.
It's a little over. Sometimes it's hard though because I needed some new workout shorts. So then they've
What
got.
happened to the old ones?
I just
You
needed
wore
some-
them
I
once?
just needed some
You
new
wore them once?
Then they give you a 2.5
no, hold
inch length.
Hold on.
3 inch.
I want to know what happened to the old ones.
He pulls the TMI questions. Like, anyways.
What happened to the
besides
old ones?
that-
They're in my drawer.
So there's nothing wrong with them.
No, I just wanted.
You just want another.
They're on the list to get consigned.
things
They're
that
on
have
the
changed.
B part.
Right,
You're
things that
going to
have-
consign your
No, I
shorts,
can't consign those because those are just like workout stuff. But now
but
they
you're
give
buying
you-
another set of shorts
But
for no
wait,
reason.
Here's what you do there. 2.5 inch length seems pretty short, right?
Those
maybe,
are panties.
Maybe the size of my cup.
Yeah, those are panties.
Or you can get 3 inch length. That's not a whole lot bigger than the size of my cup.
But it's a
So,
short.
It's a short.
It's a
which
short
means
short.
Those are like
2.5
boy
inches
shorts,
from what?
Underwears. Those should be underwear shorts. not
Thank
From the
you.
knee. It's from the knee.
So then I said, I try to measure. No, they're not from the knee where? It's from like
you go
the
3
waist.
inches from the knee. You go up.
3 inches from my knee is
Yeah,
like,
That's what it is.
no.
Yeah.
So
No,
these-
three.
this
That's
is
not 3 inches.
You meant
That's
like
not
when
3
you
inches.
go like this, hands, it has to be
hands
three.
to your
That's-
thighs.
You see your knee?
See, like this would be at a dress code.
That's
Yeah, you
about.
gotta be at a high
That's
school dress
about.
code.
I'm gonna say that's about 16 inches from the knee.
3 inches is your finger. If it's not down to that point of your 3 inches.
Yeah, your finger is 3 inches
like
from
it
your
should-
knee.
It should be right
Yeah,
here.
but you're built funny. You have like
It
long
would be
arms.
like this.
She's got long legs.
You got long arms. Your arms are as long as your legs.
It's unfortunate.
Everybody's are.
Both ways.
That's because you deliver packages.
Wow.
You know, your arm length is like to the middle of your thigh. If you stand up, yours would be too.
But I don't care. I wear
anyway,
shorts.
2.5-inch shorts or 3-inch shorts.
2.5. For a guy's going to say 2.5. You can even get an inch.
So you know how long you can spend trying to analyze? Do you want your short length to be 2.5 inches or 3 inches?
What difference does it make? You're going to
Apparently,
consign
a
it
half an
anyway.
inch makes a big difference.
Not in my world.
Apparently.
The site that
She doesn't know how to buy clothes, and she doesn't know how to make condoms. She doesn't. Everything with 2 sizes out the window.
I know. I got spatial perception problems. So I buy them and then I have to return them. And then the store has everything. So then you always return it and then have to get something else because there's always a BOGO when you walk into a store that you didn't find somewhere else.
Your mind is so...
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.